All right, guys, I gotta talk about this. This is DJ Wolf, of course. This is for my YouTube channel. The one I'm bringing back is called the Rub channel. Let me get to it, and I'm gonna get to what I thought about the Super Bowl halftime show that I saw last night. But first of all, I named the channel the Rub. I mean, and before I realized it, I named it. It was just a name. You know, the Rub for me is like it represents two things. First of all, initially when I named it the Rub last year, a little over a year ago, there used to be a phrase I used to use on my other channel for all to hear TV. But here's the rub, the scoop, the skinny. You know, the details, you know. So it kind of came to fruition when I realized that rub, I broke it down, for me, means raw urban channel. So it could be mean real urban channel or raw urban channel. But I say raw urban channel because to me I try to give it to you raw. So that's what the rub kind of stands for. You know, so really mean it has a double meaning to it for me. So I give you an example. Last night I watched the Super Bowl. Of course, LA just eked it out because Cincinnati was on that ass last night. It was a good game. Well, I wouldn't say one of the greatest Super Bowls, but it was a pretty decent Super Bowl for what it was worth. I'll say that. I kind of figured LA was going to beat them though. For Cincinnati, I think couldn't stop that offense. They couldn't be stopped. I don't know. Anyway, let me talk about the halftime show right quick. And I enjoyed it. I really did enjoy it. I thought it was good. Everybody did their thing. Mary J was looking pretty scrumptious. I ain't gonna lie about that. She really was looking good. But all the fellas did the thing. They even had Anderson .Paak was a drummer. You know, he's from Silk Sonic. He was singing with what's the guy name? Bruno Mars. And he was drumming. He was a drummer for him. So it was him. Of course, Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Eminem, 50 Cent, Kendrick Lamar, and Mary J. Blige. They all did the thing. I'm not gonna front. It was a pretty decent halftime show. My wife was complaining about it wasn't long enough because usually them halftime shows usually run about maybe 25 minutes at the most. And it was only about, I think the whole halftime show might have been 15 minutes. But usually I think they're a little longer than that. But it was good. But it was, for what they did was good, you know. Eminem, the interesting thing that Eminem had took and he kneeled down. I think it was his way of showing solidarity to the thing that happened to kind of like what Kaepernick did and the others in the NFL did for years, representing black men kneeling down and not in protest, because people are always completely about protest. It wasn't protest, it was in direct solidarity to let people know about the atrocities that are done to black men in America by police officers. That's what it was about. And Eminem did basically, I believe, was pretty much the same thing. He kneeled for a long time, you know. And hey, the bottom line is, it was something that needed to be addressed. But you know what really tripped me out about football, which is why I don't watch the NFL as much as I used to, which I kind of did slow down watching. I don't watch it like I used to. I still watch it. I watch the playoffs and the Super Bowl. It's the best thing about the NFL for me. Just like the NBA Finals, same thing. But it's because of the fact that they have hundreds and hundreds of professional athletes who are black that do play for the NFL that made the NFL what it is today. And you have owners who have a problem with black men kneeling down, still standing up for the flag, but it's supposed to be the very flag that stands for the freedoms of all Americans, and they really don't. That's the very reason why they were protesting in the first damn place. People just don't get it, or don't care to get it. You know, I actually had gotten to a argument with a manager one time about that. You know, because I think Beyonce did a performance on there where he showed a bunch of black women walking around in afros during the Super Bowl halftime show. He had a problem with that. Just that long. Or it was a horrible performance. Blah, blah, blah. No, it wasn't. You know, he talking about that's wrong for black men to do that and all that. They should go out there and play football. Oh, really? So white people can make protests about things. They can actually stand for things they believe. They can sing a song about freedom and all of that. But you telling black folks they can't do the same thing when it comes to atrocities against them that jeopardizes their rights and freedoms as American citizens too. Oh, really? You know, and that's the problem. That's the contradiction. You know, and that's one of the reasons I don't support the NFL like I used to. Personally, I don't. I still watch the games, but I watch it mainly during the playoffs. Regular season games, I don't watch that much. I really don't. Not like I used to. I used to watch them all the time. Now I don't really care as much. This is one specific team that I watch. That's pretty much it. You know, I don't buy the merchandise. I haven't bought the NFL merchandise in a few years. It's been a while. You know, the last one I think I bought was Kaepernick jersey. I still got it somewhere in the house. But nevertheless, I mean, for these owners that tell you to go back, like it's almost like saying, go back out in the field, pick my cotton. You know, that's what it reminds me of. You know, and NFL it has a similar mentality to that. Very, very similar. And I'm talking about the owners. They do. They do. But they're not going to make a big controversy about Eminem doing what he did. They might. I don't. They probably won't. I hadn't heard much about this. I heard somebody on the radio talking about this morning. But this was in solidarity to what he did. But they won't make the big hoopah about it. Eminem won't get in trouble about it for doing that because he's white. They won't. Tim Tebow did that. No one's, and hell, they applauded him. Yeah. White folks was doing that at one time when he was doing that stance that he did, and no one questioned it. No one said it was controversial. No one told him, you got to go back out there and play football. If anything, they were trying to imitate what he was doing. See, the thing of it is, in this country, white folks, and I'm going to be honest, white folks support whatever they want to support. They support their own beliefs, but not for the beliefs for all Americans. It's just their own agendas. And that's a proven point right there when you got owners and fans telling players, you need to stop all that protesting and go back and play football. You know? But when you start recognizing the atrocities that's going on in this country and really doing something about it, like making people accountable for their own actions, then we'll stop doing that shit. You know? That's the bottom line. But to sit there and tell people, stop all that mess and go back and play football, and you're not even listening to why they're doing it in the first place, is complete and utter adulterated bullshit. It just is. That's the rub, and I'm out.